All right, friends. Last time, we were delving through some sewer areas. I think I kind of misspoke at one point. I had said that, like, oh, yes, we were in, like, the sewers earlier. Well, these are, like, real sewers. The areas that I thought were sewers earlier, they were more just underground areas. The area we're in right now is called the underground warehouse, but it's just fucking full of water. So it's sewers. It's called what it is. 3 years ago, yeah. Yeah, and I haven't played it since. Because of all the Blizzard shenanigans, man. The fucking Blizzard drama just made me, like, lose all enthusiasm for like, their games. Which is a shame, because Diablo 2 is one of my favorite games ever. So it's unlike me to go this long without playing any Diablo game. But yeah, the idea that, like, the leadership that was, like, you know, responsible for harassing, you know, a woman so badly that she committed suicide. The fact that that leadership is still there, it's like, man, I don't think I want to fucking give them my money, dude. It just makes me feel awful. Also, I'm gonna flip the switch again, because I didn't mean to flip it. 13.8, that's just a couple of war crimes. Oh my god. I do not intentionally keep slapping it, I promise. But it does need to stay lit, or tagged. Toggled. Stay toggled. Yeah, no, I keep thinking, like, I don't know, I mean, I don't know, like, what's the word I'm looking for? I'm not sure what the, what situation, what scenario needs to be satisfied that will allow myself to, like, play a Blizzard game again. I mean, at minimum, I would say Bobby Kotick's gotta go. Yeah, like, at minimum, he's gotta get the fuck out of there, because, like, nobody likes him, for one thing. I'm not convinced he has any allies, and within or outside of, well, I guess within Blizzard, because I think I think he was relieved of some kind of responsibility, but they were like, no, we're gonna keep him where he is, though. Like, certain things he was relieved of, but they were like, no, he's gonna stay a CEO, though. Yeah, Bobby Kotick's gotta go, man. I mean, he's been quoted as being, like, very much on board with a lot of pretty crappy things that Blizzard's been all about, and kind of, like, implying very heavily that he doesn't really care so much about the games, or like the quality of them, as long as they're turning a profit. Dude's kind of a fearless asshole, so I would say that his presence will not be missed once he gets the fuck out of Dodge. Did you blow up a planet? No, an entire solar system. That's pretty impressive. That is pretty impressive. Remember earlier when I was saying we needed to flip the switch? I think I'm full of shit because... well, the thing is... oh, there must be something to the left. My phone? Where's my phone? It was... oh, okay, cool. I'll check that later. It's weird because I heard it coming out of the left side and I was like, what in the world? There we go. So I'm gonna hit this. Maybe we actually can reach the other side then. Oh, that was you, about the Kohaka. Yeah. I felt my phone buzz. I was like, I saw that I'd gotten a text message from a friend earlier. I was thinking maybe it was that, but it's like I thought I already like saw that from earlier, but maybe I didn't. Yeah, so it was probably what that was then, the buzz. That was the buzz. Profit motive to our ruins. Yeah. Shocking, right? It's not terribly shocking, and I mean, it's not like Blizzard is the only company, game development company that has done or continues to do shitty things. You know, Ubisoft is a frequent center of controversy pretty much at all times. Like, you know, there's pretty much always something going on with Ubisoft. And who's the Heavy Rain developer? Quantic Dreams? I know they had some real bad lawsuit shit going down not too long ago. And that is still very much fresh in a lot of people's minds. I think in particular the main guy, David Cage, is that the guy's name? I know the main guy in that situation, like the CEO, I guess, is in particular stands accused of some pretty unsavory behavior towards his employees. But in all fairness, I haven't played an Ubisoft or Quantic Dreams game in a while either. But Blizzard is the one where I'm like, man, I I mean, I really don't give a shit about StarCraft. It's not that I don't like it, it's just I've never really played them, so I don't really like. It's not really in my wheelhouse. I definitely don't care about Overwatch or World of Warcraft, but man, Diablo is one of my favorite series, and I don't really care about Diablo 4 too much. It'd be cool to play eventually, but it's not really a thing I'm gonna like actively seek out necessarily. But yeah, it makes me sad that I haven't played Diablo 2, and it's not that I'm not able to. It's not like any of my friends would be like, Alex, how dare you, and that people would disown me. It's just, I just can't fucking bring myself to do it. It would just make me too fucking sad. You know, like my enjoyment of this game that, you know, is one of my favorite things that like, has all this like horrible shit attached to it. Just fucking, it's a huge fucking bummer, man. Trying to get out of here. I guess I can't jump out of that. I gotta jump over here. And I know that Bobby Kotick isn't like, you know, singularly responsible for the company's like awful track record of how they treat their employees. He's not like the singular guy, but you know, what's the saying? Like, you know, the buck stops with me. Like, you know, the buck really should stop with him. But he seems perfectly okay with just staying the course the way things are and not instituting and like resisting any desire for things to change. And also the like weird shitty ways they've tried to prevent their like QA workers from unionizing, all that shit. Yeah, it just leaves a bad taste in your mouth, man. Zero enthusiasm, it looks kind of meh. Yeah, I mean, I like Diablo 3. I don't think it's amazing, but I like it, and I suspect that if I were to play Diablo 4, I would end up with the same reaction. I would go, well, it's not Diablo 2, but I know it wasn't going to be from the get-go. You know, that team has gone the way of the dodo. By this point, has it been multiple decades? It's been a minute, obviously. So it's its own thing now. You know, it's not Diablo 2. It's probably not even Diablo 3. It's something else. You know, it's something else for better or for worse. And I suspect that's how I would probably see Diablo 4 if I were to play it. I would go, well, it's something else now, and this is what we got. So I just gotta, you know, it's better than no Diablo new things, I guess. But yeah, it's hard to get excited about, obviously. Also, this ice is kind of fucking me up. Might have to do heals in a bit. Oh right, we went further to the right, and I got fucking suplexed by a big demon fam. You know what? I should actually do the ice heal thing. Let's do that real quick. So I know we have more of these to experience. I think it's... Oh, we've already gotten this one. Oh, okay. Never mind. Yeah, for some reason I thought we had not done that yet. But yeah, I know I've heard people say Diablo 4 is more of an MMO than previous entries, which is upsetting because I was at least grateful that Diablo 3 at least kept with that kind of gameplay loop of being more small party based, not so much like big open stuff. Look at that, level up, nice. Big open, reminiscent of World of Warcraft kind of vibes. God damn it. I mean, of course, I'm playing through Phantasy Star Online with some friends. I'm not diametrically opposed to MMOs, but I don't know, just the fact where it's like yet another thing that I always like enjoyed about not being an MMO is trying to tickle more of that market share. So it's just disappointing that that's where things are headed. But I try to reserve judgment until I can actually, you know, play the game myself, or at least play a demo or something. But I don't know, we'll see. We'll see how things shake out. This is a little bit of a tenuous spot to be. We gotta kill this lady because she's gonna be the singular cause of my death if I let her remain. Like, I'm having a hard time reaching her because the water is holding me back. And also the mermen, the fishmen, beginning to look a lot like fishmen. There we go. So I am going to bring myself to safety as soon as... Oh, I might not get a chance to. Ouch. Bring myself to safety so I can do some heals. I think this is as much of a safety as I'm gonna be, yeah. I'm having a hard time getting away. So we'll do this thing. We'll see. I know Diablo 4 is on, I think it's in its open beta right now, I think. So it's not like in its completed state yet. Because that's, you know, how AAA game developers do their thing now. They just release incomplete games. Wizards of the Coast thing. Oh, yeah. Oh, God, that fucking mess. Yeah, I've never really been into Magic the Gathering. Or really just about any Wizards of the Coast IP thing. So I myself am not directly affected by it, but I have a bunch of friends that are, and they've been pretty bummed about the whole situation. On top of the other Magic the Gathering stuff that was going on. Oh, wait, no, I'm thinking of, I think I'm thinking of Dungeons and Dragons, actually. There was, what was it called? The OGL licensing debacle or something? So I guess there's been a lot of bullshit going on with various companies that own and maintain beloved series and things. But yeah, that situation's fucking wild. I didn't know the Pinkertons were still a thing, honestly. I thought Pinkerton was the name of Weezer's second album and that was it. But turns out the Pinkertons are still very much a thing, and I had no fucking clue. I would have never guessed a bajillion years. And it sounds like that's most everyone else's take as well. Everyone else is like, that's around still? That's a thing? On this, the year 2023, the year of our Lord? That's wild, man. The open game, yeah, the OGL thing, yeah, that was a debacle that nobody was happy about, and they obviously changed their minds about it, perhaps for the better, but still, the fact that it took that much to get the powers that be to recognize, like, this is a not good idea that's gonna drive away a lot of your customers. I can't even remember, like, the full details of it. I just remember hearing about it kind of after the fact, and that people were upsetty, and I, again, can't say I blame them. Oops. Can I not wall jump off of that? I cannot wall jump off of that. We need to get up there somehow, I think. Oh, can I just do it this way? There we go. So I think this was like the linchpin in all this. The David linchpin, if you will. So this is the final square. Yeah, here we go. So I had a feeling this is going to be a new exit. Is that health? I'm actually kind of curious. What if I do the fire sword? See how much damage this does to him. 61. Whoops. So it does more damage. I'm not sure if it does, like, that much more, because they might be resistant to fire. 80% decrease. Jesus. If that's what it takes, man, for them to fucking get a clue. I just know it, like, I don't know of a single person that was like feeling good about the open game license situation. And I don't know anybody that's defending them now either. Like, I mean, that's usually how it goes, man. Like, some big game company, game developer company, or tech company announces some big thing. It's a big shakeup. It's gonna ruffle some feathers, but they announce it anyway, and lo and behold, there's still, like, you know, a lot of people are pissed. Like, the majority of people are pissed and don't like the thing that's happening. But usually there's like a small but vocal, man, that getting hit with ice while you are frozen, that's like, oh my god, that's, because I don't know if you can break out in time. Yeah, you cannot break out in time. That's like a 1/7 of your health bar, I think, right? Because I have, like, what, 800 HP? 730. So yeah, that's about 1/7 of your health bar. A little bit more. That shit hurts. Because when you get hit, you get hit once, and you're basically guaranteed to get hit a second time. Because I don't think you can break out fast enough. That is brutal. I'm gonna go back, see if I can get that last square that remained in the previous area. But anyway, yeah, the basic gist is that a thing like that is announced, people don't like it, understandably, people are pissed, but there's always that, like, maybe small percentage that is okay with it, or maybe they even like it. I mean, there's the meme about, like, you know, valid criticism and then weird nerds jumping in front of the bullet, like that one scene from The Simpsons. It's like there's the people that are, like, weirdly defensive of, you know, corporation did nothing wrong. Like, come on, man, it's not that deep. So a lot of the times it's like, okay, maybe 80% of the people don't like this new thing, but 20% are okay with it. Okay, that's fine. It's the industry standard, more or less. But then, yeah, the open game license thing, I don't know a single person that was saying, well, actually, King, the announcement is actually quite ingenious of wizards of the coast. For you see, it will benefit us all in the end. Like, nobody was saying that, so as a result, it was just a uniform negative thing that everybody was pissed about. More health, by the way. And same thing with this Pinkerton debacle. Like, nobody is defending open, oh. That was unexpected. Nobody is defending, rightfully so, nobody is defending Wizards of the Coast for fucking sicking some, like, a private enforcer organization to intimidate this guy's family when he literally did nothing illegal and did nothing wrong. Which is why they couldn't go through the police, because they knew that the police would be like, well, this guy didn't do anything wrong, so what do you want us to do about it, man? It's fucking absurd. Full Metal Alchemist, yeah, kinda. This even went down to color scheme too, for that matter. Definitely with the blue. Not so much the gold trimmings, but yeah, the ice armor is on fleek. Right, yes. Yeah, all the homebrews. Yeah, God, that's just... How did they think that was gonna fly? And not be, like, universally despised? Maybe they were thinking, well, a percentage of the people will be not mad, or will be mad, will be not happy. But let's do it anyway and just hope that the people that are mad won't be mad enough to, like, say anything online, or it'll be complicated enough where it, like, the details will be obfuscated from the, like, you know, from the common public. Maybe they were just thinking, like, we can just kind of let this thing blow over and people will forget, and, like, the intricacies will be enough for making sure there's no switches I've left. The intricacies will be enough where the people that care the most will, like, lose steam after a bit or something. I don't know, I guess. I mean, they just had to have known this is gonna not reflect well for them. I think what I have to do is I have to hit the switch in this room and then go back. My phone ding. Let me check that real quick. Ding. Something for, speaking of D&D, it's something for my D&D group. Actually, it's not D&D at all, it's Shadowrun. Or not Shadowrun at all, it's Cyberpunk. Not Cyberpunk the video game, Cyberpunk the tabletop system. We're actually starting up a new tabletop game with Adam, and I don't think I've ever streamed a game where Jeremy has been in the game, but our friend Jeremy and a couple other homies, we're going to be doing a Cyberpunk tabletop role-playing game starting in a few weeks. And I need to send Adam some stuff. I owe him some deets. Every single Elder Scrolls. Yeah, exactly. It's so absurd, man. The idea of trying to retroactively, like, shift ownership and being like, actually, this is ours now, smiley face. It really is the classic, I made this. Let me see. Person walks away. I made this. Excuse me? Oh, I think I moved my controller too excitedly. Let me double check the connection, make sure it still is good. I think it's good now, right? Yeah, we Gucci. Yeah. I made this. You made this? He holds it for a second, the other person walks away. I made this. It really is that, unironically. Yo, rationalize. Yeah, I think that's what it is. I think it's Cyberpunk Red. Yeah, that's so cool, bud. Oh, thanks. I found a random secret. That's so cool, man. What fantastic timing that you're about to start yours. Because we start ours on the 20th, I think. And I've got my character all written out. I just need to, like, ooh, fuck. I just need to, like, get the stats rolled and get them on paper. Or a PDF, I guess, in this case. Although we're going to be playing in person, so I will not be streaming these games, unfortunately. That's one of the downsides, one of the few downsides of doing a tabletop game in person. It's not that you can't stream an in-person tabletop game, it's just that it's way fucking harder, logistically speaking. So we probably won't bother with that. It probably wouldn't really be worth it, honestly. Especially because it won't be happening at my house. It'll be happening at Jeremy's place, I'm pretty sure. Some brain friends. We know how to deal with these guys now. Hell yeah. Switch over to the ice blade. This one. Jerk off the cables. Yeah, every once in a while, I gotta make sure they're staying healthy. Because yeah, if they don't get jerked off every so often, they get mad, and also they get aggressive. They get overly aggressive, so you gotta offer some sweet release. Fucking hell. What I should have done, I mean, this can probably damage her, just not very much. Yeah, it damages her, just not super effectively. We got more health. So with that, I'll go back to Rose. It's from a rose. Big idea. Oh, you're playing a Ripper deck. That sounds fun. That'll be cool. Our campaign is going to be very odd because... well, I guess I don't know exactly. I know in Shadowrun, hacking is a huge, huge part of the thing. You pretty much need, at minimum, a hacker, or I guess decker is what they're called. You need a decker in your group for most, honest to goodness, Shadowrunning situations. That seems like that's pretty much the case. If your group doesn't have a decker, then you're gonna have to hire one. Like, it's gonna be weird without a decker. And as a result, that has been the archetype that I have mostly played in Shadowrun, is I'm used with the decker because no one else is the decker. Which I'm fine with. I like playing, like, hacker types. I think it's cool. I like that stuff. It's like techno magic. It's cool. And I assume Cyberpunk is probably similar. I assume Cyberpunk has, like, a big focus on hacking and that all that cool shit. But I tend to play, like, kind of vanilla characters. I tend to play, like, chaotic good. You know, I tend to be kind of predictable in that sense. And a lot of times, like I said with Shadowrun, I tend to play the hacker characters. Well, we were putting our group together, and it's like, all right, this person's a vehicles expert, this person is a doctor person, this person is gonna play this person is gonna play that, and I was faced with a choice. I was like, well, I could pick something kind of weird, or I could pick a hacker. And I was like, I'm gonna do something weird. And I told Adam, he was like, all right, guys, you realize that means your group does not have a hacker. So he's like, this is gonna make this campaign a very unique one. And he said he's okay with it. He's like, I'm fine to run it. You know, we can make it work, but it's gonna be an odd one. So it's gonna present some very unique circumstances. Because the character I'm playing is a media. I think that's what they call it. Basically like a media expert. And that can be one of many things. And I mean, Rationalize, you probably know exactly what I'm referring to. But yeah, there's like a number of things that could be. You could be like a journalist, or a videographer, or a blogger. You could be a vlogger. You could be a live streamer. I could roleplay myself. Oh boy. I'm not doing that though. I'm going the route of like independent journalist. Who's like he basically like has his own newspaper basically. I think I need to hit this. I think. Or his own web. We'll say he's got his own website. And my guy, yeah, credibility. Credibility is your currency. Exactly. That's exactly it. So, and I've got a kind of idea, kind of like Rationalize was saying. I've got a vague idea for my guy. I'm gonna say that my guy has got his own site, or his own website, his own company, some kind of news journalism thing that he's running solo. Because he used to work for a big organization, but he wanted to go solo. And that's his prerogative. He went solo, but he's struggling because he's not like very good, or he's okay. But the problem is he's being outdone constantly by an old rival that he used to work with that he hated. He hated this rival, and his rival was like a goody two shoes, did nothing wrong, always succeeded. And my guy has like this like, not even an axe to grind. He's just jealous. He's jealous of this other dude, this other like rival character. So So, and my guy chose to go independent around the time that our rival guy also chose to go independent. And the basic side story is that my guy will stop at nothing to outdo this rival nemesis character, even if it means illegal shit. Because Cyberpunk and Shadowrun, all these dystopian systems and worlds play better when you're not a goody two shoes. And like I said, I tend to be like the standard chaotic good Shadowrun guy. So I'm like, all right, my guy's gonna have like some serious hangups. My guy's gonna have some undiagnosed jealousy problems that he needs to unpack. That he will not unpack them. They will stay packed, and he will go to great lengths and sacrifice a lot to try to outdo this like rival newscaster guy. And I'm gonna make it to the newscaster guy that he's trying to one up, is doing everything by the books. He's doing it legit, and he's just better at his job than my guy is, and my guy just hates it. And he's like willing to do some underhanded shit to try to outdo him. So that's the basic idea for the Cyberpunk character. So it's probably the most creative idea I've ever come up with for a D&D character. I am horrible at creative things and storytelling. I'm just not a creative guy. It's just how it is. But I've put some think juice into this one. I think I've got a pretty good basis on how to make it happen. Never played. Yeah. Cyberpunk, if you've heard of Shadowrun or if you've played the Shadowrun games, I mean, you know the basic premise. Of course, if you've played the Cyberpunk game that came out a year or two ago, then you know the basic premise of like the world and the world building and the dystopia and all that jazz. But yeah, But I think with Cyberpunk, I don't think there's magic. In Shadowrun there is magic. But in Cyberpunk, it's all like body modifications and hacking and shit like that. Also, Blackbird, good to see you, bud. And so the cool kids hang out Arctic? Oh, fuck, I gotta go. See you later, guys. And then I just leave the stream live for the next 3.5 hours. Stin Keepits. Reused in a Shadowrun game. Stin Keepits. Did you have a Shadowrun game yourself, Arctic? Because that sounds kind of cool. I'd love to hear more about Mr. Stin. Mr. Keepits, rather. Don't have any friends. Oh, I'm sorry, Meerkat. Yeah, and when we were doing a Shadowrun game with Elgaso, we did a Shadowrun game with our friend Adam. Elgaso was in that game along with our friends Shelly, and there was another person whose name escapes me. And that was pretty cool, but unfortunately it died out pretty early because we had a hard time keeping the schedules working. Well, I think me and Elgaso, we were pretty consistent. We were having a hard time getting Adam's schedule to be consistent with Shelly's, and I think the other person had to drop out. So, and that's usually how it goes. If one person has incongruence with schedules, then we can work around it. But if two or more, and especially with the DM, are having issues, then it's like, all right, well, we gotta call it. So that unfortunately fell apart. But we were playing with with regular viewers and whatnot, which was kind of cool. But for this one, it's in person, so there will be no viewer participation aspect because there will be no way to view the game since we will not be streaming it at all. At least that's the plan. I mean, there are ways to stream in-person D&D games. It's not like or tabletop games. Not like it's impossible. It's just logistically a lot harder and probably something that I don't think this group would really want to mess with. And speaking earnestly, I don't know if it's something I would want to mess with either, because it's a pain. It's a pain. Not that it's like impossible to do, but it's just an additional layer of complexity that I don't foresee us wanting to go for. Being that it's a new system, and two of the people that I'm playing with I've never met before, and they seem really cool. I'm fully convinced we'll all get along super well. Ouch. But it's like it's a bit much doing like all that new stuff with new logistic shenanigans with a new group and a new system. There we go. Do I want to get that? Yeah, I kind of do. The star bracelet. I'm trying to kill these off because I know they can see me longer than I can see them. And the worry is if I'm off-screen fucking around, they can still see me off-screen fucking around, and they can slap me with the ice blocks, and those things hurt real bad. Well, getting frozen hurts, but getting hit the second time with ice is like 113 damage or some shit. It's pretty stupid. However, I need to hit the switch, and I don't think I hit the switch. I don't think we have a switch in this room. I think I gotta go back. Respawn to the ladies again. It's a fake name, so they don't know. Oh, so they don't know about, they don't know your character's actual name. So Steen is the alias to your character, I suppose. A lot of people quit. Oh, no. Oh, I saw your previous comment, Blackbird. Yeah. Why people were missing, yeah. Because they're just all gone all at the same time. That would explain why shorthandedness has happened. That would definitely do it. Down she goes. That's always satisfying. Yeah, that would definitely do it, Blackbird. Do you think your higher-ups are going to try to hire some other people? Or do you think they're like, well, we all just got to tighten our belts for a bit, fam? That's not good. Not a fun time, obviously. It's a good fake goblin name. That is pretty good. That is a pretty good goblin name. Did you make it up yourself, Arctic, or did you seek out a goblin name generator? Because I would like to have a goblin name generator in my back pocket for purely personal and sexual reasons, of course. He's from... Oh, that's right. You did tell me about this character. The Frank Reynolds guy. Yeah. Hawking penis bill. Yeah, that's right. I remember being like... It'd be even better if your guy was in the sewer, and the other party members, they first meet you, they're like, yo, and you're like, you wanna buy penis enlargement pills? I really hope my roommate and my wife heard that, by the way. Might do some overtime? Yeah. I mean, if you want to make some extra cash, some extra dollar, and you have the hours available to do so, then that might be a good opportunity. Might do some overtime, yeah. Arctic says, I grew it myself. Yeah, I mean, that's the more authentic way to do it. The authentic goblin name is the one that you watered with your own piss. I think it's only fair. You see, these ice cubes are not nice, but they are ice. Pimping out one of your party members. Did it work? Did they go for it? Also, I like this game's soundtrack, but this area is intentionally a very dreary, unmelodic song. Like, unmelodic soundtrack. It's a sewer, it's not supposed to be a jaunty tune, but still, it's like, oh my god, I kinda can't wait to be done with this area. So we can get back to, like, some fun musics. And not just sad pipe organ. That's mildly algo music sounding. Ouch. It's actually trying to get this lady as well. She was more of the threat, I would say. Convert people to your paladin's religion and then collect... Oh, very nice, very nice. That's actually legit. That's a legit goblin tier scam right there, I say. But you're a kobold, not a goblin, right? Or are you a goblin and you tell people you're a kobold? Like I said, yeah, I remember you telling me about your character's, like, hidden secret identity. Oh, Meerkat's got something for us, by the way. Oh, that lady's gonna be a problem. Go in here. Let's pause. Let's see what Meerkat's got for us. Yeah, that's something to keep an eye out for. It says drop everything and watch it, Alex. You will not regret it. I will take your word for it, my friend. And we hit the switchy. Oh, wait, hold on. Did we? Yes, we hit the switchy. Of course, we have a switch right there. Oh, yes, this is the guy that fucked me real good last time. And not the pleasurable fucking. This was the kind of fucking that made me very not happy. Ouch, in my pants. Does some Team Fortress 2, very good. The problem is it takes you so long to break out of the ice. By the time you break out, he's already formed another cluster. Maybe I should do something that attacks faster. The only thing that attacks faster is the ice sword. And that would be especially unhelpful right now. Yeah, because, yeah, so the full story from way back in the day, yeah, I can give, like, the full, like, kind of brief little story. It's a story I love to tell, because it clearly has a happy ending, given that we're literally married to each other for fucking life. That shit's for life, fam. She's stuck with my ass, with my short bearded ass. I'm the ball and chain to her, man. So yeah, the story is that so Grace and I first met in 2014. So we've known each other for 9 years now, if you can believe it. Almost exactly, actually. Because it would have been May, I'm pretty sure. Maybe June, but I think it was May 2014. And we met through a dating app. We met through Tinder. I know. 2014, Tinder was hot, man. Tinder was hopping because everybody was on it. And it was like one of the first ones, basically. It's like as far as like dating apps, that kind of thing. There were dating sites, but dating apps, this was the new hotness, man. Millennials were taking over the world. Like things were crack-a-lacking back in those days. And she was my first Tinder match. My very first Tinder match. And I was so fucking excited because I was like, holy crap, this girl is a goddamn cutie. And she's like, she loves animals and she loves going on walks and she seems like a goddamn sweetheart. She seems like really freaking cool. And she's my first match and I'm so excited. Oh my goodness. And we go on a date. I met her at a place not too terribly far. Not too terribly far from my old place. A place called Foundation Grounds. It's still around. Foundation Grounds here in St. Louis. It's a coffee place, as you can imagine. It's still around. We went there not too long ago. And it's still wonderful. So that was the spot of our first date. I'll confess I don't remember too much of that first date, and I think it's because knowing me, I was extremely nervous, and I think I probably talked too much, if we're being perfectly honest. I probably was like nervous because like, oh my god, here's this freaking hottie, and I'm a nervous Nelly, and I don't wanna. It's my first Tinder date. I was all nervous, but she was. For whatever reason, not put off by my bullshit, and agreed to a second date. And the second date is what I remember more clearly, because I puked on. No, I didn't puke on her. No, I remember the second date more clearly in my brain because that one was it was at a place. It was one of my favorite places in St. Louis. It's a place called the Loop, which is a street, a portion of what's called Del Mar Boulevard that has a bunch of cool shops, cool restaurants. It's got some bubble tea. Oh, we got a boss battle. Got some bubble tea. Got some, my favorite record store in the fucking world so far, at least that I've been to. Vintage vinyls there. This is before the comic book shop moved, so Star Clipper used to be there. The Loop has everything, man. I fucking love it. A couple things have since moved, but vintage vinyl's still there, which is primarily what I care about. We got some we got one of my favorite pizza places, Pie's Pizza. We got some bubble tea afterwards. We just walked around the Loop. It was, to this day, it was my favorite date I've ever been on. And I've been on some other nice dates in the intervening years, and Grace and I have been on some really cool dates, including getting married. But no, to this day, that second date is like my favorite date I've ever been on. Part for a number of reasons. It involved a lot of my favorite things, but also because like it was like the best time I've ever had, like getting a couple of hours with somebody and really feeling like you're getting to know them. Like, a lot of us, I think, have been on dates where it's like, wow, this person is special. I definitely want to learn more about them, yada, yada, yada. And, like, I'm getting, like, good vibes. Like, and, of course, I was getting good vibes, but I felt like in those couple hours, I feel like I really got to know this person really well. And I think she got to know me pretty well, too. So, like, by the end of date 2, I was smitten. I was like, this chick is fucking incredible. And she is. She's really cool. That's why I married her. So we go for a date 3, and date 3, ouch, was at my house, and no, it's not what you're thinking. Keep it in your pants. She's a classy lady. God damn it. She's a classy lady, god damn it. I know, that's what I was thinking back then. Oh god. The evil hand. Jesus. This place is annoying. It takes so long to break out of the ice. Literally breaking the ice. All it's like it hit that lady one time. I'm going to explore the previous room a little bit more, then I'm going to go back and save and try the boss battle. But that'll give me time to tell more of the story. So, I brought her over to my place. We watched a couple movies. We watched some anime, which was good. And And it was a good date. I mean, it was very enjoyable. I mean, it was hard to beat the second one though, right? But I very much enjoyed myself, and I expressed to her like, you know, I think you're fucking cool as hell, and I'd love to keep this going. But I could tell she was maybe having second thoughts. She was like, I was up here. She was like, maybe more towards the middle. She was kind of so about it. And she was like, you know, I'd like to stay friends, but, you know, it's maybe cool to just a little bit. And I was kind of bummed about it, but I was like, you know what? I'm not going to be sad about it. I'm not going to be sad. I mean, I was sad. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't sad. But I was like, you know what? She's a cool chick. She is very much worth keeping as a friend. I'm not, like, going to be a weird fucking, but I'm a nice guy. I'm not going to pull that shit. She's a cool lady. And in my mind, I was like, you know what? I still get a cool friend out of it. And she was my first Tinder match, my first, like, you know, dating site match. And she's so fucking cool. Therefore, I can be confident knowing that every other person I match with on this dating site is gonna be equally cool. So I got nothing to worry about, man. I have like a whole army of cool women to match with. I got nothing to sweat, man. Well, as you can imagine, of course, I had other matches, I had other dates, and none that were a horrible disaster. I'm not going to be like, oh my god, there was this one chick, yo, that fucking chick was crazy. I'm not going to pull that card, because nothing was horrible, but just, a lot of it was just okay. Had one relationship in between that period of time, and it was okay, honestly. It was nice, and I liked the girl quite a lot, but it just kind of fizzled out, you know, for one reason or another. Not going to get into the details, obviously, but it was, but yeah, like, the dating life kind of from there was a plateau of sorts. You know, there really wasn't a whole lot else to write home about. Wake up. Gotta put on a little makeup. There we go. I keep smacking. Ouch. So that was the matching that happened and the subsequent dates that we went on, that was 2014, and we stayed friends. You know, we're Facebook buddies. You know, we message each other every so often just to check in, and the years go by, and I try to give her some space, because, you know, like I said, we try to, you know, we keep in touch kind of loosely, but also I was like acutely aware of the fact that I was like really into her and she wasn't really feeling it for me, and I was worried that if I had too much of a presence, it would weird her out. So I would take care not to like every single post on Facebook, not to comment on everything. I don't want to be like that fucking creepy guy, right? Like, I wanted to make sure I was a friend, but that I wasn't trying to overstep, you know, some boundaries, that I was not being a fucking weirdo. Because we've all seen how that goes. We've all seen how that goes, and that it's not good for anybody to like be a weirdo about that shit. So, but we would still keep in touch. And yeah, Sabrum's over this way. So in those intervening years, she had, I think there was one fella she dated for a bit, but it was only a couple months. It was a pretty brief relationship. But then she entered into a second relationship with a fella that lasted for several years, actually. Like, this was a really serious relationship. And I would every so often see her post about it, how she really liked this guy. Like, her and this other fella, like, this was a relationship. Like, it was to the point where I was like, man, it's only a matter of time before I see the announcement that they're engaged. Like, this is really special. And I would be lying if I said I wasn't maybe a little bit envious of this lucky fella, but I wasn't like, again, I was gonna be happy for her, I was gonna be a friend, and that's fine. That's totally fine. You know, she's great, and he seems great too. So years go by, and 2017 rolls around. We'll say it's like July 2017, and it's a Tuesday afternoon. It is perhaps the most unsexy time of the day, of the week even. Tuesday afternoon, I'm at work. It's like 4:30 p.m. I'm at work. I'm not like actively pissed, but I'm like, you know, grizzled a little bit. It's like, oh, I'm doing work shit. It's 4:30. It's getting close to quitting time, but it's still got a ways to go. And it's knowing me, I was probably looking at spreadsheets or documentation and just feeling shitty. And who would message me out of the blue but Gracie? And she messages me and she says, Alex, it's been, because by this point I haven't like really gotten to talk to her in like a year or two. So it's kind of been been kind of quiet just because she's been busy. Like I said, I didn't want to bother her, so it's been kind of radio silence for a bit. She says, Alex, it's been so long since we've gotten to chat. I just want to let you know I found this cool image. I found this cool little fella. I'm on this cool art page called Dribble. It's cool art site. It's kind of like DeviantArt, kind of, sort of. And I found this little fella, and it reminded me of you. And she shows me the image, and it says bearded fella. You know what? If you can allow me, I almost wonder if I can find this image. I might find it later. I might find this image later. But I'll talk and do this boss battle at the same time. I think I can manage that, right? But she's like, I found this cool fella, and he looks like you. Like this like illustration. Between you and me, dear viewer, it looked nothing like me. But I was secretly hoping that maybe she just wanted an excuse to talk to me. I was like, oh, what if? Oh, what if? And you know how it is, man. Like, you know, the brain runs away with the optimism, and the like, wouldn't it be cool if? But no. So we just get to chatting, and you know, happily for her, but unhappily for me, she confirms she's still in a relationship. I didn't like ask her, yo, are you single, lady? But I was asking her how she was doing. She was like, yeah, I still live with my boyfriend. Things are going well. I was like, cool. And it was just like getting caught up. You know, it was like playful and fun, but after like, you know, a little bit of going back and forth with texting each other, you could kind of tell the conversation was nearing its completion. It's, you know, it's inevitable conclusion. So the option was for me to say either, thanks for messaging me, it's been lovely catching up, I would love to chat with you again sometime, or try to find a way to keep the conversation going. My approach was the latter. And you know what? At the time, of course, I was getting into streaming more. Ooh, the lady in red. Yes, she was with Dracula when he got resurrected. Where was I? Thinking about the just like wanting to continue the conversation. I'd been streaming a lot, and I was like, well, you know, I need a banner, I need emotes, I need a profile picture. Like I have need for an artist, and she's of course a graphic designer. I was like, do you take commissions? And she said, yes, I do. Yeah, Camilla. This is I take commissions. I was like, great. I have a lot of art I need to be made, so if you want, I'd love to commission you. I'll pay whatever, you know, your rate is, and let's make some stuff happen. And we kind of brainstormed for a bit. I sent her some ideas, and she was like, cool, yeah, I'll get back to you, which was great because one, I did legitimately need art to be made. Actually, still do, but two is that it meant that I had like an excuse for more conversation. So like I got to like interact with her more, which is exciting to me. So she said she'd get back to me. So I have like a guaranteed additional conversations in my future with Gracie. Fucking dream girl, hell yeah. So a few weeks go by, and things are kind of quiet because she's working on the stuff. That's fine. There's no rush. And then she messages me. It's like a Sunday, and she says, "Oh, Alex, by the way, I haven't forgotten about your stuff. I'm still working on your stuff, but my life's been a little bit weird lately." Because my boyfriend and I broke up. And I remember I was of course, my old place. I was in my bedroom. I was getting ready to go somewhere. And I just checked my phone. And I'm walking, like, out of my bedroom. And I see that message. And I, like, had to, like, sit down. Because I was so shocked. Because my thought was like, oh, shit. She just got perhaps broken up with by her dream man. Again, their relationship seemed beyond ideal. Like, it seemed so amazing and so perfect and so ideal. And of course I was like, that's fine, there's no rush. And also, are you okay? Like, holy shit, this sounds like it could be really, really traumatic for her. And she was like, actually, I ended it with him. Because she was like, I was the one who initiated it. She's like, things are weird because, you know, they were living together, obviously. So, you know, she's like, it's gonna take some time to detangle things. But, you know, and things are gonna be kind of weird for a bit. So, you know, I'll get back to your stuff, I promise. But just want to give you a heads up. And I was like, that's perfectly fine. And I was worried about her because even when I've been in that situation before, even when you break up with someone, it still is like an emotional experience. Probably more so when it's someone you've been living with and dating for, you know, several years. Well, it was like 2.5 years. I am reading the lore. I'm not reading it out loud, but I am digesting it. So anyway, by this point, it is August, maybe September 2017. I have moved on from Tinder to Bumble. The way Bumble works, as compared to Tinder, is that the lady, for at least for a heterosexual matching of sorts, the lady needs to match the fella first when a match has happened. So it's just a new app. I'm trying it out, you know, whatever. And it's a week or so after this conversation with Gracie has happened, and I'm swiping. I'm doing my thing. I'm swiping. I'm checking what's what, and who should appear but a familiar face, and it's Gracie coming up on the app as a eligible single, as an eligible bachelorette, and I'm happy. For one thing, I see Gracie's pretty face on my phone. That's pretty cool. Actually, her pretty face is still on my phone. I don't know if you can really see it, but that was a good time. But also I'm happy like for her, because they mean she's putting herself out there. She's like, you know what, get back in the dating world. She's been out of that game for a couple years. Good for her. Good for her that she's going out there. But I was sad because I was like, well, of course I'm going to swipe right, but there's no way she's going to swipe right on me too, right? There's no way. So it's like, I need to savor this moment. I need to savor this moment that she's on my, sure, her pretty face is on my phone, and I can like relish what it was like 3 years ago when we matched, and like how cool that was. So anyway, I'll swipe right, but anyway, dear viewer, that was not the end of the story, because when I swiped right, I got the little boop, 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 the little confirmation that she had already swiped right on me, which is, for those who are unfamiliar with dating app parlance, that means that they have expressed interest. But I can't message her yet. She has to message me. But I still have her cell phone number, obviously, because we were texting each other. So I wait I think what probably happened is I probably squeaked. I probably made I probably made a very unbecoming noise. I think I was walking Dexter. I think I was outside too, so I probably made a noise that the neighbors could have heard. Somebody might have, you know, had a second thought, had a thought of maybe should I call the police? Is there a wounded creature outside? What's going on here? But then I regained my composure. I think I only pissed maybe a half pint of liquid out of my bladder into my pant legs. So I went inside, I took a shower, I cleaned up, I cleaned myself up. And so maybe 8 minutes go by, and I message her I text her, and I'm like, Gracie, I don't mean to alarm you, but there's a doppelganger on Bumble that is masquerading as you, and I just matched with her on Bumble. And she was like, and she messaged me back I think her exact words were, "Oh dang, well, is she at least pretty?" And I was like, well, I've always thought she is. And that's how we reconnected. So from there, a couple days later, we have kind of a reunion date. By that point, she was like, you know, I just got out of a real intense relationship. I gotta take things slow. And I said, that's perfectly fine. And we did. We took things slow. But that was September, and by around about, I think, either December or January, we made it official. So that's the story. That's the longest version of the story I can offer. But I always love telling it. I love playing it up. So that's the story of the introduction. It obviously wasn't a break because we weren't, dating each other at all. But the introduction, the dates, we'll call it a soft rejection, but then the reunion, and now we're married. So that's the ultimate fucking union right there. Okay, let's hold on. I gotta get caught up on chat. I fell way behind. And there was a redemption too, I think. I'm her basement. That's right. I'm her handsome, sexy little basement goblin. The eHarmony. I do remember the eHarmony commercials. I do. Would you like to be my feral housewife? I have yet to tell her about the feral housewoman, I believe was the phrase you used, Johnson. I will message her the feral housewife quandary. And and then when I explain the context, she will love it. Hey, Gracie, would you like to be my feral housewife? ? And when I explain that the context means, well, it means feral meaning you walk around naked all the time, I don't think she'll oppose. I think she'll be okay with that. And so will I, for that matter. Interesting play on words in a coffee shop. I've seen that one used a couple times. There's a place in Edwardsville that I've been to a couple times called Sacred Grounds. Same kind of thing there. So yeah, it's a good one though. I like it. Your outer goddess is Venus. But Aquila said Lilith. Those are both extremely badass for different reasons. That's right, Matt. Yeah, memory lane. Evil and hot. That's correct. Where you finally shit her pants. That's right. I established dominance. I shit her pants, but it intimidated her. I was too masculine. My pants shitting commanding energy was too intense for her, and that's why it scared her off at first. So we can be all alone by ourselves. Does she want to go any further? No, knowing me, I was nervous, but by day 3 I was like more comfortable, more confident. But do I want to share this detail? You know what? I'll go ahead and share this detail. There, at the end of date 3, we're saying our goodbyes, and I asked, I was like, would it be okay if I kissed you right now? And, she actually did. She did turn that down. If I recall, it was because she had just gotten recovered from a cold. And so that was what she had said. She was like, I'm still coming off a cold. Let's rain check. And I was like, no worries. And I was a little bit worried that, and of course, shortly after date 3 was when she had, kind of mentioned like, oh, let's kind of pump the brakes on this. I was worried that like, oh shit, did I overstep something? Like, did I misread the moment? I thought we were into each other. Like, I was worried that I'd fucked up real bad. And I felt, really bad about that, obviously. But I think what it most likely was is that I think she was genuinely interested, but I think she just wasn't like feeling it as much. And also like it's been a long time. It's really hard to say. This was again 9 years ago, if you can believe it. 2014 is a long time ago. And we were just different people back then. 2014 Alex was a different person than 2017 Alex, than 2023 Alex is. And I think she would agree too. Yeah, she was a different person 2014, 2017, and now 2023, as it is with all of us, obviously. The Sag voice. Yeah, that's like I'm a nice guy. That's like my go-to. If I need a goofy voice for something, my bag of like voices is extremely small and does not go very deep, and that it's pretty much just the one voice. That's my one goofy voice. Being weird about her despite exactly, and that was, and I never wanted it to even get close to that territory, Meerkat, because yeah, I didn't want to give her the idea that I was entering that territory, because that's a real quick way to get blocked, and then it's gone. Then I lose the friendship too. It's like if I can't have the relationship, let me at least have a friend out of it. So I would have been so bummed if I would have fucked it up. And that was the thing too, because I was kind of like sensitive to the fact that like, oh, I wonder if I overstepped my boundaries. I was worried that like if I did too much, it would, kind of creep her out and scare her off. Put our beds next to each other in Minecraft. Arctic, you're a fucking genius. Meerkat says, I'm a genius. Mastermind this shit. I'm trying to think at what point of the story I would have said I was a genius. Oh, probably when I said like, oh yes, I have some art to be made. I found the hot singlet in her area. That's correct. Yes. Highest of the fight. Well, thank you, my friend. When did the Yu-Gi-Oh! Bridge happen? Oh, I love telling Yu-Gi-Oh! Bridge story too. So that was like date number, probably like 4 or 5. It might have been date number 4 of us getting back like the reunion. Because the reunion, we say like date number 1 was going to the park. Date number 2, you're gonna laugh at this. Date number 2 was going to motherfucking IKEA, because we took a very romantic date to IKEA. For one, get them Swedish meatballs, a legit, honest-to-goodness meal. So we had dinner there, but also she, of course, was about to get her own place, her own apartment, so she had to shop for furniture, so we just went to IKEA. And then date 3, we went out for like a proper dinner. And then I think date 4, she came over to my place. In fact, I remember it very clearly. Date 3 was went to another park, went for dinner, went to another park, and we had our first kiss. And then date 4 was... yeah, she came over to my place. We were just gonna watch like some videos, and somehow we ended up watching YouTube videos. And then she mentioned Yu-Gi-Oh! Abridged, and while we were watching Yu-Gi-Oh! Abridged, I got first base. My first time making out with the woman to whom I'm now married. Our first makeout session was to the backdrop of Yu-Gi-Oh! Abridged, full volume. In the room, in my living room at my old place. I almost can't even believe it. Like, I hear myself say those words, and I almost, like, can't believe that shit happened. I fucking love it. I fucking love it. I fucking love the woman that's sleeping upstairs in our bedroom. She's freaking great. To whom I am married. 9 minutes. Yeah, no, I did fall behind quite a bit. I told a very like no interruptions story though. Yeah. You'll be 9 years in November? Damn, Johnson. I'm actually curious if she's awake right now. I'm making a lot of noise. She very well might be. No, she is hard asleep right now. She hasn't even read that message. The growth spurt still doesn't come through for neither of us. We're both still shouties. Straight to my booty. That's right. Gotta see how she handles those meatballs. That's right. That's right. That's the test. That's the test. Joy, ruining the mood in a good way, maybe. Get back to the game, but yeah, I love telling all aspects of all those stories. Oh my god. I wasn't expecting her to be in big like succubus riding a skull mode. Also, she does fucking ass slapping damage. I think what I need to do is do the thing that heals me from poison. Or not poison specifically, but heals me from plant. I think that's what this is. What? I guess that doesn't, it's not considered plant. I think that's what that is, right? Ice attacks heal. It would be the mandrake, right? Or mandragora, yeah. So it must not be considered a plant type thing then. Well, that means... let's try the rose sword. Oh my god, she has a lot of like fancy attacks. So 51. And then 10, obviously, which is not very impressive. Let's compare that with Fire Sword. See how that looks. All in front of this weird scene. Maybe Nathan was telling this, he was like delivering a soliloquy to the audience, and Camilla was just standing there the whole time, hearing the story. Silly shit that ruins the mood, but in a very memorable way. Yeah, I know what you mean. I know what you mean. Yeah, I hope Joey ruined the mood in a good way. Yeah, I think I know what you're getting at. Yes. Make sure I didn't miss any other messages. Oh, Yu-Gi-Oh, Joey. Oh, not Johnson's Joey. I was thinking maybe I missed a message or something. Yeah, not that Joey. Yeah, not that J-Bone. Whoa. I can just duck that one, I think. Because no, it was, at no point did we, like, stop and be like, this is weird. The whole time it was like, nope, this is enjoyable. We're both very much enjoying this. I have to, like, fucking I feel like my brain is not fully activated right now. Because I just kind of bumbled through that entire fucking boss battle. We did confirm a couple things. We confirmed that it's poison damage is not nature plant damage. So we still definitely take full damage from that shit. So we can't heal the damage that is being thrown at us. Yeah, that way. We also have seen some of that guy's strategies, guy and gal's strategies. Camilla's sprite. It is pretty cool, isn't it? The one downside, of course, is that this is a Game Boy Advance game. So you're taking a GBA game and you're, expanding it quite a bit, stretching it even in some cases. So it's not as beautiful as like Symphony of the Night, obviously. Symphony of the Night is like that's a hard standard to which you can hold a game like this, because God, that game is fires on all cylinders. But this game is still quite good and still very worthy. So this is more Super Nintendo vibes, whereas Symphony of the Night is like Super Nintendo Plus, because obviously it was on a PlayStation 1. Wheeler, I actually can't remember who Wheeler is, because I'll confess we only watched like the first. It was like 30 minutes of it. I guess that's the first season. And as you can imagine, we weren't really paying that much attention to the actual video after the first maybe 5 or so minutes. So although we watched Yu-Gi-Oh! Abridged, it was not exactly the fixture of our attention. Oh, it's the same guy, Joey Wheeler, gotcha. Yeah, this is a GBA game, yeah. Circle of the Moon, Order of Ecclesia, and I think Harmony of Dissonance were the holy trinity of GBA Castlevania games. As I'm with you, I didn't play this one either until this playthrough. Yeah, the sprite over here on the portrait is cool. I think the character model is cool. But then yeah, the skull, the succubus riding the skull is pretty fucking boss. Even my master has approved him. Yeah, so the implication, of course, is that Hugh is under her dominion of some variety. Also, I can actually be on this thing, which is nice. Match. Also, I have axes. Me not using my axes. But I could like get multiple hits. Oh, we can hit the poisons. That's reassuring. That's kind of a game changer, in a positive way. A deal maker. Ouch. She does a lot of damage though, and of course I do have healing items, but I don't know. I like the idea of not having to lean upon healing items, except for like the final boss of the game. Oh god. Oh shit, I was hoping I could actually hit more of them. Oh, this is actually a really good spot for this. The extra reach is good. I'm almost wondering if I should go back to the whips. Although this is actually pretty good. Ouch. Oh, she's being smart by flying up there. Fly so high in the sky. Lift, racer, fly. Crap. That lightning attack is brutal. Oh shit, I wonder if I could heal from the lightning attack. Oh my god, why did I not think of this sooner? Alex, you're a genius. Ice attacks heal. Lightning attacks heal. It's gonna sprint in that lightning attack. Well, it's not a lot, but it's not a small amount either. Problem is, you have to like hit it a bunch, obviously, for it to heal worth a damn, and it's almost not worth trying to go for intentionally. Kind of damage boosted me out of the thing. Oh, I got hit by the thing I didn't want to get hit by. Fuck! Yeah, it's really not something you can do intentionally, it seems. Or not very well. Yeah, it's only a matter of time. The Unholy Trinity. And it's about Dracula, you're goddamn right. Watch the, oh, the Keanu Reeves Dracula? And, well, I mean, Keanu Reeves is the fella, but, the Gary Oldman Dracula. Mystery Science Theater. Oh, that's a good movie, though. Yeah, it's a good one. Or at least I liked it. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's not universally deemed a good movie, but I like it a lot. Also, I should do... do I have a second strength ring? I don't think I do. I think I just have... cursed rings. Do the cursed rings. If I had a second strength ring, I would gladly use it. I just have the one so far. I think the swords are our best bet. It's either the sword or... Yeah, I think the sword is the best bet, especially for... Since a lot of the time we're kind of like spending time kind of in the lower quadrant of the area. So I think Whip of Thorns, or not Whip of Thorns, Sword of Thorns. The fire one does less damage. I know the ice one definitely does less damage. Yeah, just do that. +80 years? Yeah, I was gonna say, I know it's still no bueno. Which is unfortunate. Fuck. It's unfortunate you can't just like spam the attack button and be guaranteed to have gotten them. It's doesn't work that way. I think it's very easily get through you. Yep. And of course he just slowly walks on his own volition. Is this world hellish already? Intrigued by darkness, coveting chaos. Dirty, self-centered mongrel, she says. I just like weird shit. Here, kid says I'm gonna put on my scientist hat. My robe and wizard hat. I suspect that we'll, of course, fight this lady, and then after we're done with this fight, our next big fight will be with whatever form Hugh is in. And I wonder if it'll be similar to how the situation with, oh, she's gonna do that, yeah, that thing. The situation with Richter in Symphony of the Night, where he became an unknowing thrall to Dracula. And we were able, there was like the good ending where we killed him, and then the bad ending where we rescued him from the clutches of Dracula. Dracula. Oh god. That's a lot of damage. That's a good pattern to be in right there. Oh my god, these poison things are doing a very good job of keeping me at bay. Probably because the attack speed is so slow. Man, maybe I should go for the whips instead. How that not hit him, man? That's the thing. Like the coverage is great, but there are some windows like directly in front of you that the sword does not tickle. Fuck. Oh, I know what that is. Worth noting, we're doing, you know, over the course of multiple hits, we're doing well over 100 damage, you know, per round. Oh shit! I should have recognized that. That does a lot. That does a lot of damage. She's doing a lot of damage to me, and I need to like be more. I need to accommodate the attack speed a lot better. The attack speed of my weapon, that is. And maybe just try to dodge more. Try to dodge more and wind up quicker, because I feel like a lot of times I'm in the attack animation, but it doesn't fire in time. I put on my robe and wizard hat. It's a classic, but it's one that doesn't get invoked all that often, so you could be forgiven for not knowing it immediately. Should I just reload the save? Actually, I think I'm okay. At first I was like, is it... Have I taken too much damage for it to be worth it? No, it's fine. Excuse me. Have a good night, Meerkat. Thanks for hanging out, buddy. Brilliant idea for a wizard hat, you say? Women fear me, fish want me. Cabela's, there you go. Yeah? I'm down. We have outweirded the chat log. It was very wild and silly for its time, but it is quite tame by today's standards. So yeah, you're right, Arctic. I think the kiddos reading that chat log nowadays would be like, that's like pretty standard internet fare. What's weird about this? But in like 2003 or whatever, whenever it took place, it was especially creative and silly. It was ahead of its time. Ah, crap. Yeah, I actually didn't mean to land upon that platform. I should try to maybe dodge versus like trying to like break every one of those things. Know what this pattern is? I can, well, I don't know if I can like, I can get around it at least. I just can't damage it very well, unfortunately. Oh fuck! It's not paying attention. Oh, I got the double hit. It is over. We have taken way too much damage. I mean, that does like 170 damage. And your max damage is like, or max health is like 740. pretty rough. But I'm not going to give up because any additional intel is good intel. Like any additional practice is worthwhile. Ah, crap. If I could make that happen. Oh, man. I need to do a better job of keeping track when he's doing that attack. When she's doing that attack. I wonder if it's always after the little swoop crescent attack. The little swoop, like, half-moon projectile things. Because if it is, then I can use that knowledge to help me, like, prepare ahead of time, and I can kind of position myself better. This shit's hard, though. Hard fight. I've said worse to randoms in Counter-Strike. Same, honestly. I don't know shit, Johnson. Me either, honestly. Oh, I'm sorry, Blackbird. You got a migraine? Yeah, I'm with you. I hope it is non-existent come tomorrow. If you need to hop off and get some sleepies, I wouldn't blame you, because based on my experience, that's the only true fire way to destroy a migraine is to sleep that shit off. Heckling them and fuck that you would regularly fuck their dads. Not like I fucked your dad or I fucked your mom, but that it happens regularly, like it's a recurring thing. That is a good taunt. Got the eyeball pain, got the pressure, yeah, like I said, if you gotta take care of business, I will totally understand. And I will not be sad. I mean, you know, your presence is always appreciated, but it is never like, where's Blackbird? She better arrive or I'm gonna be so mad. I'll throw such a hissy fit. Okay, so he does not always follow up with the laser after the crescent attack. Maybe it's a distance thing. Maybe he does it based on how far away you are. Keep saying he. It's clearly a she piloting a skull. In fact, the skull also kind of looks ladylike. Ah! Fuck. I did not immediately follow it up with lasers, like I had first theorized. Fuck. Yeah, I think actually after this fight I'm gonna try with the whips. Oh, you know what I should try? I should do the whip and I should do the ice. I'll try that after this fight attempt. I'll try with a proper health bar and whatnot, because that would make the poison buddies practically a non-existent issue. A non-issue, as we call it. Because I can try to avoid, I can try to destroy, but at the end of the day, they are more of a problem than I want them to be. But look at that, at least we read that attack. We saw that shit coming. Ouch. No way. That was my worst performance yet, and we won? We must have been real close to winning previously. I feel like I was playing like Garbo. I was all ready to bust out the easy strats with the ice orbiting stuffs. Yeah, not that I fucked him, but that I currently fuck him. Arctic says, I'm all set. There you go. The right has been prepared. The full moon, almost like it needs to be a circle of the moon. Yeah, that's the thing. Dracula has been resurrected. It's just he's not at full power yet, so he's extra vulnerable right now. So yes, our master and Hugh, our buddy, the implication is that they are under their control. And I was getting so ready to say, all right, let's just plan for the next attempt, because clearly it's not happening right now. And yet, here we are. Rockwing, I wonder if that's the thing that lets us fly real good. Upward direction and special move. And a higher jump. That's kind of awesome. Can I do it in midair? Oh my god, you can do it in midair. Jump. Oh my god, so it's basically an extra good double jump. What's happening to our sprite when we hit the ceiling? I guess we're like, for a minute I thought we were like hitting it. We were in pain of some variety, but I think we're intentionally landing and like kicking off of it. Kind of a parkour. Is that a shine spark? Wow, it almost is with how high it goes. It goes the length of this room. So that's 2 full squares. That's fucking nutty. Well, there's multiple parts where that will come in handy. Where we couldn't quite make it out of certain areas. Now we can. And it's some good shit. Ouch. Watch me die to this shit. After fighting the boss, beating Mega Satan. If I jump down, he'll immediately turn around. There we go. Ouch. It's like an interesting thing that happens where sometimes if you catch them in the right positioning, you can still kill them or damage them with their shield up. We're all drug addicts, but it's like the fun, happy drugs, not the the scary stuff. So it's fine. I'm going in. I'm going in and making my schmoves. There it is. Oh, I need to remove my curse. And I think I was using, was it a gauntlet? Sounds right. Keep the strength ring. If I could find a second strength ring, I would gladly use it. Caffeine addict or pasta addict? I mean, I think probably most of us have some kind of caffeine dependency. Oh, can't actually go through that one. That's so cool. Like this ability a lot. And again, there's well that look right there. We're actually about to connect 2 key points. Two key points of the game. We'll also be able to traverse back up the tunnel if we ever wanted to. The intro tunnel. Oh, that was a very lucky find. Pasta addicts. What about pasta that has caffeine? Or I'll raise you even one higher. Porn addiction. What about porn that involves people drinking caffeinated beverages and eating pasta? Alex, that's just having a Food Network fetish. I mean, same difference. And we've not been here, okay. Ooh, but I'll take the hearts. Is pasta a drug? Oh, that's right, there's the keto stuff. I mean, pasta probably feels like it offers a similar high in the... When you don't get to have it very often. Like I'm spoiled. I can have pasta pretty much anytime I want, within reason. Because I'm not in keto right now, or ever have been. My mom's been feeding. Yeah, feeding you pasta. It was a gateway drug to the harder stuff. Or maybe she has like... Oh, we've been here before, yeah. We've already seen this. In fact, yeah, that's the extent of that whole area. So now there's a whole bunch of places we can go to explore. Let's actually go along this kind of top path. I'm just gonna start heading north. Start heading north and just keep heading north until we get... Oh, no, I can take the shortcut. That's so much easier. Yeah, I'm thinking about the pasta thing. Maybe she herself has was addicted by the drug, the illicit substance known as pasta. She was like, well, it'll be the family tradition. Get him hooked early. Yeah, I'm gonna take the shortcut up to that north area. I'm gonna use that to explore, because there's really nothing else. Well, there is that one. There's one thing there. What's stopping me there? I have some ideas on what it could be. Should I walk up there? It would have been something we wouldn't have been able to deal with previously. Look at the magic items. I have all but one, obviously. It would have been cleansing, and it would have been heavy ring. Is it something that was blocked by the rock without the rock wing? I don't think it is. I'm looking at the two paths very far north, both leading to the left. Why didn't I take them? You know what? I think I will explore them. I'm kind of curious. I think I know one of them. One of them is like a small passage that you can't really fit through. Don't know about the other one, though. Maybe it's something I couldn't reach. That seems unlikely. It seems unlikely, but I really can't say. I'll take the shortcut, though. I will do that. So, yeah. I'm actually going to work my way backwards for a bit. Let's look at this. We have actual melodic music again. Holy shit. And not just dreary organ noises of sewer sadness. Sewer depression. Ouch. Ever get punched by a big fucking blue bear? A blue furry bear? You think the hat is a garbage can lid? Yeah. I could see it. Yeah, it's like a little beret, right? A garbage can lid would be strangely appropriate, though. Ouch. I don't know about, like, the streamer that made that emote, or, like, the ways in which it was originally conceived as being used. But I am one to embrace the garbage, so I'm a fan of these things. Oh, I knew that was gonna happen. He's gonna hit me once. I'm gonna fall and be sad. Ouch. I was gonna say, it's gonna be a two-hit kind of situation, though. I'm fully confident. Whoop. It's a long hallway. Wrong button. Yeah, okay, so it'll be the next big room we approach. Ouch. Trash can goblin. Yeah, that's kind of what comes to mind, honestly. Gold armor, is that new? I think that's what we have right now, isn't it? We have steel armor. Oh, it's a downgrade, right. Steel is the next level up. Which makes sense, because gold, of course, is a very soft, malleable metal. Not sensible at all to make gold. To make armor out of it. Trash can goblin. Get excited about something they found. Yeah, I think it's extremely fitting. Oh, you hear that noise? That means Dexter has awoken. He's awoketh. So we gotta make our way down. We gotta make our way downtown. Oops. Anything to the left? There might be a save room. Oh, that's how you get to the main area. Okay, never mind. I don't want to fuck with that. The pupper is awake. He has awakened. Well, what he did is he, like, stood up, did his little shaky shake thing, and that's where I heard the little dog tags rattling. And then I turned around 30 seconds later, he's back to sleep. So he was just getting re-comfy. Re-cozy-ified. Arctic asks, can you present the pupper? I would, but he is a very cozy boy right now. So I'll maintain the sleepy coziness. I might see if I can pick him up before the stream ends, though, and bring him close to the webcam so we can all embrace his doggishness. You know what? Yeah, maybe it is that I couldn't jump. Oh, it's right here. Yeah, I have no way of jumping up there, obviously. Woo. Yeah, so this... Unless we can, like... do something with that animation, I don't think so. Yeah, I can't do it. So there's no way to jump and then squinch through there. See, that's what I thought the bottom one was gonna be, but now I'm not so sure. I thought the bottom one was going to be one of those situations, but maybe it is not. Man, it's going to bug me if I don't find this out. Trying to get those beetles, trying to catch them. I know some of you gotta approach slowly with the net drawn, but it's tricky because by the time you've noticed them, it's kind of already too late in some cases. And of course, some are dependent on certain times of the day. It can be stressful sometimes. I never go for completionist approaches when it comes to Animal Crossing. I try to get what I can, but I know in my heart of hearts that I can't get everything. Just untenable. Cannot be tend. Ouch. Ouch. These are awkward placements for these guys. Looking in the final section. I was thinking the same thing, actually, Arctic. I was like, do I throw in a Beatles reference, or do I just take it literally? Because I know what she's going for. Alright, so yeah, one more round of going down. It go down. Wait. Ooh, a card. Don't mind if I do. Manticore card. Surprised I didn't have this one already. Manticore. So, I don't know what it does. Let's find out, and I'll try it with Venus. Nothing obvious. Nothing obvious there either. Let's actually inspect it. Maybe the description will make it more obvious. There's a body of a lion and the venomous tail of a scorpion. Power of poison. Oh my god, if we could have had this for that fight we just did, we could have used it to get we could have used it to get healed by those poison spheres. Thought I made that a walk in the park. Holy shit. Now, granted, we didn't need it because we're such gamers, but still, that's frustrating. So... Oh, but wait a second. I think I've got this wrong. Yeah. Well, hold on. Was it this guy? Yeah, it'd be this one. Yeah, and then Jupiter, or is it Neptune? I think Neptune's the healing one. Whoa! Big punchies. Attack with poison claws. It's real slow. What if I hold it? Look at our hands, they turn into little claws. That's pretty cool. Yeah, this one. See how much damage this does. I mean, the range is pretty sick. The damage is pretty pitiful. Of course, you're guaranteed two, well, as long as they don't get out of your range, they're guaranteed 2 hits. That's the place. Try it a little bit more, maybe there's something else to it. Honestly, the damage is not very good. It sure looks cool. Oh, speaking of damage, I've taken quite a lot of damage myself. I might need to do the heals if I have any hope of not embarrassing myself here. Let's do that for a second. Yeah, I'm kind of disappointed by the damage output of the claws. I was hoping to, like, well, because it's kind of slow and clunky. Maybe the damage is sicker. Maybe it has a chance to poison. That'd be cool. There's that. There's a poison whip one, presumably. And the poison resistor and the healed by poison attacks. That again would have been especially useful earlier. That of course means that if there was a randomizer for this game, it could make certain boss fights very interesting, based on what combinations you could pull. Confirmed Dexter is still sleeping, by the way. Still the sleepies. I don't need a full heal. In fact, that's probably enough. So, yeah, let's continue using the poison claws for a bit, but so far they've been underwhelming. That reach is pretty sick, though. Maybe that's the thing. Maybe it's all about the reach. The damage is not the best. Also, of course, there'd be a full heal back here. Why wouldn't there? Why wouldn't there be? Yeah, I'm kind of surprised I never tried this area. I guess because I didn't think to when I had the box moving ability. Like a strange thing to neglect to do, but whatevskis. There we go. A little bit awkward trying to get through there. Oh, but because it's like a solid 1-2 punch, it does solo those motherfuckers. Although lightning might be weak to poison in this game's universe or something. Oh, look at this. I can just skip all this. Yeah, just fuck all that shit. Then punch this guy to death. Oh, I guess this... Oh, the second punch does more damage. That's what it is. Yeah. Second punch is the big punchies. Yeah, the second hit does way more damage. Interesting. Not unlike the other hand-to-hand martial arts strat, or not strat, but power. It's definitely unique, and the range is pretty badass, but yeah, I think I might prefer the swords. We'll use it a little bit longer as we get our... get its fair share. It's an awkward place for this guy to spawn, but it's okay. Ouch. $84 damage. Might be enough to one-shot him, actually. Okay, so the bottom path leads to nothing. Nothing but ruin and devastation. Just a shame that you're so immobile. All that, and the animation for it is quite hefty, so it's a commitment. Does one-tap those ladies. Does that 2-hit combo, though. Slurps out the Gorgons, no problemo. These swords, even though they do very little damage, they are still annoying. All this time has not changed that. Let's check out the poison sword, or poison whip, that is. Yeah, that one. Oh, it's diagonal. Specifically diagonal, and it casts poison. Releases some mists of poison, so if we can poison baddies with it, that'd be pretty sick. Oh, that's a perfect angle for it, too. Wow, it kind of fucks. But it seems like the poison... Oh, no, it actually does damage itself, yeah. And it does quite a lot, but it's a really awkward angle. It's weird. It's helpful, I guess, because in certain situations that's extremely useful, but in others not so much. Oh, I got cursed, didn't I? I sure did. I can do the slide kick. That's all I can do right now. There we go. I was gonna say I can lure him in. Yeah, I don't know. It's a cool idea, and there are certain cases where it'll be extremely useful. So what's this one? This one is something increases. Okay. Probably like poison resistance or something. I don't know. Does it say? It does not say. Yeah, other things increase. Maybe damage goes, or defense goes up, maybe? Like, damage taken is lesser? Oh, what was it? It fired just now, whatever it is. Gains double the amount of... Oh, that's kind of nice. So when you pick up hearts, you'll get more hearts back. That's kind of nice. It's neat, but it's not amazing. And this one is some kind of, like, helpful defense ability. Maybe. Oh my god, I fart poison everywhere. That is awesome, actually. Cloud of poison spreads to protect you. That could be extremely helpful. It could be kind of annoying. Oh my god. Well, it doesn't do a lot of damage, but it damages very rapidly. So that'd be good against the, like, Medusa heads. Or anything that has like 1 HP. But not so good against other things, obviously. With more HP. Let's just go this way. Mr. Pippy, how's he been doing, by the way? Pipmeister. The damage kind of slaps, actually. It's kind of satisfying. It's not a very sensible thing to, like, use as, like, your primary damage dealer, but it is very satisfying to watch it proc. Of course, it'll break things that I don't mean to break, which is fine. That gold armor. It's pretty hilarious. But yeah, it's only really good, or even useful, for something that is extremely weak to poison, or where there's a lot of small things that take one shot to kill, such as the poison things from earlier. The dude had a gun. It's actually a crossbow, but you're right, it looks like a rifle. It looks so much like just a fucking rifle, but it's a crossbow. Yeah, I would love one. Maybe there's a magic combination that'll allow us to grow a crossbow and fucking fire that shit like a boss. And this one, of course, would allow us to resist or even heal from poison attacks. We need to do the same for nature attacks, ice attacks, and fire attacks. So next time we see a nature or fire or poison thing happening, we can make that shit happen. Also, I'm kind of curious if this does different stuff now. So it'd be this one. Oh, not luck increases. One that says damage goes up. I'm trying to remember what it was. Defense increases. Inflicted damage. There we go. 186. So how does that compare with my go-to nature sword? Rose sword. It's exactly the same. So whereas this, of course, has better range. Out of curiosity, how does that compare with the Rose Whip? '19th century guy? Yeah, pretty much, honestly. For all intents and purposes. Kill Dracula with this piece of rope. Yeah. I appreciate the chutzpah. You see the bullet reload animation? Oh, you're saying, oh, so Street Hill, you're not saying it's the equivalent, like a crossbow pretty much was the equivalent of a 19th century gun. You're saying, no, it's like a rifle. See the bullet reload animation. Because, yeah, I thought it was a crossbow reload animation. Maybe you might be onto something. That might be exactly what it is. Woo! Oh, just barely. 1833. Wow, I had no idea that such a thing even existed. I didn't know rifles went back that far. I know that rifles predate handguns. It's terribly, which is actually not that surprising. The idea of all that, the mechanized explosions being something that would be held by one hand, that would take more technological shenanigans. Of course, I gotta keep looking for secrets and whatnot. Oh, can you just do it? Oh my god. You can just do it forever? Oh my god, you could really can just fly. I thought I had to, like, land the jump first. That's hilarious. You can just do this forever. Literally never touch the ground. Feet don't never touch the ground walking on the moon. That's a new friend. I can just do this forever. No fucking limits, man. That's crazy. I love it. Well, what the fuck? This is very not Cash Money falling angle. Oh, she's doing some fucking damage. Wow, she's doing some fucking damage. Oh god, I'm in fucking... The danger zone is where I am. I gotta get the fuck out of Dodge, man. The battle arena? That doesn't sound good. I was looking for a quiet place to heal. And I don't know if this is what this is. in Symphony of the Night. Oh, it's a rifle. Oh, you're saying the rock jump. Guess I don't remember it, man. I'm missing out. Let's get some heals because I got fucked real good there. At some point, I'm gonna go back and explore more of that area. There might be something further to the left. To the left. Street Halo says things get interesting here. Well, this is clearly like the next intended area. And I have a bunch of side areas I want to explore more because there's other parts of the map that are not explored properly yet. So we'll come back here in a bit. I think I'll take the shortcut and maybe explore like the middle parts of the map. There's some parts like in the upper middle areas that are yet to be explored. Yeah, that'll be good. But I need to be able to survive the fucking gauntlet that I have to do up here. And yeah, I think what I might do, I think I might just stick with the swords, honestly. The swords are just so good. I like the whips, I mean, I really do, but now that I need to climb especially, having that upward facing arc will be especially helpful for weapon, like damage trajectory and such. Also, it's strangely quiet right now. I just noticed the lack of music. I think I will get as much health as I can out of this, though, because we're in this bit of a danger zone. I think it'll be better once we have the swords out. I was trying to do this with the whip earlier. Was not the best. Also, we'll see how the damage compares. Alright, there we go. We'll see how the damage compares, because it's possible that we actually do less damage with the whip version. We'll find out. Also, what did I say earlier? There was like the chance that they might be weak to lightning? We don't have a lightning sword, we do have a lightning whip though. Well, they definitely... Oh, yeah, there we go, 99. That's about the damage we were doing earlier, maybe a little bit. This guy doesn't seem to really do much. Legion. What do you do? Just kind of flies around. Oh, was I supposed to use him for... Well, actually, I don't need him anymore. I was about to say, do I need him for, like, jumping on the Frozen Boys? We don't have to worry about the Frozen Boys anymore. This is not a Frozen Boy necessity kind of situation anymore. Wow, that is so much damage. That is upsetting. I'm upset. Ouch. Ouch! Dude. How? My god. Is she died? Good lord, that's scary. What a scary enemy. And I've never been more in love. Actually, there's an HP refill, thank goodness. That was so much damage. I escaped with the skin of my ass on that one. But only barely. Thank goodness for that health regen. Yeah, I gotta fucking scrounge my way out of here, man. Hopefully that was the only one of those. I didn't even see her die, but I think she did go down. Go down. Oh, can I just like keep mashing it? Yep, you just keep mashing it. That's so fucking dope. I love this. Ouch. But of course you can't, yeah, once you get hit, you're locked in on that animation. Oh, you also can't swing your weapon after you've initiated the jump. So it's kind of, yeah, it's meant to be an obstacle then. It's a little bit hard to kill, obviously. Okay, you can get a slight angle. Oh, it's because I got cursed. That's why. They curse. Curses, they curse. No wonder I couldn't attack out of that animation. Now I can. Oh, fuck, another one. Yo, what's up, folks? We do. We got the rock wing. I keep getting cursed, which is less than good. I'm thinking I need to, like, hit these guys and take a few of them out because they probably give good experience. What was it? Fallen Angel God, those ring attacks you do, those things are scary. Can't even throw things. There we go, now I can. So, the next time we're in this area to fight people, I'm gonna have to get good. There we go, he's dead. There's nothing else around here. Yeah, we're all set. Let's get back to that earlier shortcut area. Yeah, we found the battle arena, and whatever it is, it looks and sounds very imposing and very important. So that's probably the next area we're supposed to go. I like to go and in a breadth first search operation, I like to explore all the little side paths first before I commit to going the, the correct ways, so to speak. And of course, we get more scary bad guys that have spawned here since last time. The first time we came through here, we had fucking baby enemies, like these guys, which are still babies. That's a lot of damage. 1,400, 2,000, goddamn. What about farming the cards? I mean, I would maybe do that off stream. To be honest, I don't know if I really care enough off stream to try to like go for a completionist kind of perspective. But I definitely wouldn't do it on stream because I know it'd be kind of boring to watch. But if I ever found myself in a situation where somebody was like, Alex, if I'm just like getting my ass kicked completely and repeatedly by a boss, and somebody was like, Alex, if you can get this one card, I assure you your life will be better, then I might pony up the effort. Then I might go ahead and spend some time off stream, that is, but certainly not on stream, just because that'd be slow and arduous for the viewers have to endure. Remember when those guys were like the scariest thing ever? A single one of those red boys. Shit was terrifying previously. Now it's nothing. Couldn't be less of a big deal. Okay, so we got really that whole area explored. It's one directly above us. I gotta go around for it, but it's fine. Also good to know they do damage you when you slide into them. Mind restore. Could use some mind restore in real life, honestly. Could I, is there juice I can drink that just makes my brain work better? That's coffee. Okay, never mind. Coffee is the mind restore. Never mind. It was within us all along. Oh, that's a dead end. Oh, I see. I gotta go further to the right and then loop around. There we go. Also looking at the time, we got 15 minutes left. We can definitely wrap up a couple side areas in the meantime. No question. Yeah, that's the one we want. Perfect. I can break some shit? Hell yeah. Everybody wins. This would be one such place where that poison thing would come in handy. Heck of poison, a cloud of poison, there it is. Oh, it doesn't kill them. It did 2 shots them. It doesn't kill them in 1 hit. 2 hits, though. It's so silly. I kind of love it, though. Yeah, with those guys, I have less patience, but with the ectoplasms, it's very convenient. Alright, so this is the way. You know all about the frozen shades. We were dealing with them a lot last time. Or by last time I mean earlier today, it was this stream when we were dealing with him. How could I forget? Alright, so this item is... It's kind of fun, but it loses its luster after a while. It's also kind of annoying, the effect just constantly firing like that. I'm actually going to go back the way we came, and we're going to go up that next area that kind of... It's like a little tunnel leading out of the clock tower area. That should be very doable. So actually, I will keep this on for the ectoplasms in this room. Ectoplasmic activity. Ouch. And they drop the brain feel good juice. Which, as we all know, is the opposite of bone hurtin' juice. There we go. So now... Yeah, now I will switch off. I'm trying to think if there's any elemental attacks we can learn the immunities for, but I mean we already know what they do, so there's really not like it's not like we have to have the descriptions for everything. It's completely arbitrary, having it unlocked versus having the description read to us versus just knowing innately what it does. So I will keep with... Where's it? This one. Wasn't close. There it is. Actually, I think I'm gonna do the fire sword. Just because I think it looks really fucking cool. That is the only reason I care about it. And I care about it a lot. It looks so badass, man. So badass. Oops. This rock's wing is just great. And I really do not remember it just giving infinite flight in Symphony of the Night, but I am not complaining. It is a welcome sight. Does it damage? No, it does not. Also, we saw these guys very briefly earlier. So, new enemy type. Match. And he levels. Or he leveled me, at least. It's nice of him. Give me a free level like that. What a nice fella. So up we go. Woo! There's apparently one small little sequence, little section we haven't fully explored here. Oh, right, I remember what it was too, because I remember thinking like, man, if I could just bring the gargoyles over, I could just freeze them. That's not what you're supposed to do, though. So this is what you need. So now, okay, so now we're on this area. Ouch. That's okay though, because with the power of God and anime on our side. Oh, okay, I can get that though. Ouch. Ooh, 2 of them? Really? Alright. More magic points. More hearts. Oh, except I have to go around. Clearly. And I will go clearly. Let's drop down. Oh, these fellas. I remember these guys. From Symphony of the Night, I think. I don't remember them being called werehorses, but that's pretty baller. Also very fast. And the freaking jaguars, man. Ouch. Of course, the rocks themselves are painful. Can I break the rocks? Maybe? Yes, I can. For being a big, meaty boy, he is very fast. Ouch. There we go. I was gonna say if I can kind of get into a sweet spot, but I could just axe him. Could ask him some questions. Getting a little bit low on health. A little scary. He's surprisingly apt to do his attacks. Like he's pretty much like always at the ready. And responds in kind. Unfortunately for me. So this looks encouraging. There's this. We saw this earlier. Yes, yes, yes. It's actually open for a health up, but I'll take what I can get. There's nothing else here, is it? Okay. That's fine. Explored this area. Got it all identified. So there's still more in the bottom left areas. Nothing else on the bottom areas, as far as I can tell. There's the one tunnel area. Check that out. And then some more, like, kind of on the top areas. Yeah, that makes sense. There's a lot in the top areas we never got to see. Oh, I lost my axe. Ah! That hurts. I love that axe. We'll find him again, man. We'll find him again, but that's upsetting. And of all things, to lose it to, it's a goddamn dagger. I mean, the daggers are okay, I guess. They're just kind of boring. They're kind of boring, and I rarely think to myself, I wish I had daggers right now. Whereas I constantly think to myself, I wish I had axes right now. In real life, that is. Daggers can be useful, though, especially in certain areas, but only in certain areas. Axes are just always good in my book. Oh well, that's okay. There'll be more where that came from. Ouch. Oh, that's not good. I gotta get the fuck out of here. Oh, or I gotta heal. 83 damage. Do I get the fuck out of dodge, or do I stay and fight? So it's been a minute since I've saved. I didn't realize how low my health was. I'm gonna drink 2 potions, and then I'm gonna go to the previous room and heal. No, I won't. I'm gonna fight like a boss. Because I know he is not much health left. There we go. Just felt the string of confidence. I was like, no, I can do this. I'm gonna save, though. Oh, fucking hell. Same thing. Use the low-level potions. It's fine. Oh, right. I don't have my axes anymore. Heck. I'm not afraid to run. I'm not ashamed to run. Well, maybe a little bit. Maybe a little bit of shame. Away from this big old crab. They're very big, and they cut real deep. Real good, real deep. Burning through all my low-grade potions. Whew. That's a very generous hitbox. I thought for sure I was in the danger zone there. What's up here? Scary shit, man. It was tense. So we'll explore a little bit more, although I do have only a couple minutes left, so I do need to wrap up fairly soon here. So yeah, I think I'll just explore those outdoor areas real quick. Those outdoor areas will take very little time. Ouch. Oh, you know what? I could do the plant unlock thing. Yeah, give me the plant heals. It's not a lot, but it's something. Ouch. Ouch. Alright, so that's helpful. Again, we're just getting the descriptions for them unlocked. We already knew what they were gonna do, but it is confirmation of what we were thinking it would entail. So I still need to do that for fire. Next time I find a fire bad guy, I need to just go for it. And poison too, for that matter, but I think I have a couple of poison baddies in mind. I would say poison is probably the most annoying damage type in this game of the ones we've seen so far. Haven't seen all of them. Ouch. I'll keep slapping, man. Go down eventually. So this goes real high. And at the top is... I don't know. Observation tower. Oh man, it's a remix. The OG track. That's pretty dope. So we found another new area. 2 new areas then. Yeah, I'm not going into a brand new area tonight. Not this late at least. But next time, I'll have that to look forward to. Oh, there's Gratz. What's up, Grat? Oh man, Grat raiding us right at the end too. Thank you, my man. Do a quick shout out for Mr. Grat. Toffee, the man, the bear, the legend. Toffee, my apologies. I do need to wrap up fairly soon. I have a fairly hard stop at midnight. And we are very much in the realm of midnight right now. However, the resub, I'm a little bit sad, Gratz. He didn't try to spam any L's or large numbers or @ symbols like I do whenever I do my resubs. But thank you, Gratz. Appreciate the raid and the resub. By the way, 37 months. Gratz, I don't even know if I've been alive for 37 months. How'd that even work, dude? That shit's nutty. Thank you, my man. Appreciate you, Mr. Gratz. Hope you're doing well. Doing some Breath of the Wild. Are you in preparation mode for a certain game that involves some mild crying? Crying of the Lordship, I think is what it's called. Said I was tempted though. I was tempted. Yeah. Do you have any clips you want to share, Gratz, from your adventures tonight? Would love to see if you have any fun clips you want to share. We're playing Castlevania, by the way. You've probably figured that out by now, but it's called Symphony. Circle of the Moon. Symphony of the Moon. Now, we played Symphony of the Night about a year and a half ago, and I loved it. And I've been craving a Metroidvania Castlevania game for a while, and this has been tickling that pickle pretty well. It's part of the Castlevania Advanced Collection, and there's like 2 others, I think, in this collection. So once this game is done, there's more where that came from. So this will not be the only Metroidvania Castlevania game that I play in the near future. DLC for the first time, that's exciting, because that is not an easy DLC, as I recall. Some aspects of it aren't too bad, but other aspects are pretty brutal. 1 damage, so I still got knocked around. Wondering what this move is that I'm abusing. It's called the Rock Wing, and allows you pretty much just infinite jumping forever. It's amazing, and I love it forever. It is completely badass, and at first I thought you only got the 1 jump, but you could just keep fucking pumping it, man. It's great, except when you damage boost into an enemy shot like that. Ouch. Had a good moment. Oh, okay. If you want to go back and clip it yourself, I'd love to see it. But yeah, that sounds fantastic, man. It's been a while since you've played it. I remember I was watching you stream that game quite a bunch back in the day. This was years ago. It's probably been about that long since I've last played Breath of the Wild, because I never actually beat that game. I've never beat Breath of the Wild. I've spent like probably 100 or so hours in it, and I've beaten all the dungeons. I've gotten like most of the shrines, but I didn't want the game to end, man. I didn't want it to like be over, so I just never got around to beating it. What I was trying to do also is I was trying to get all of the shrines, but I was trying to not use guides. So I was trying to find all the shrines organically, and it takes a long time to do that, obviously. So that's part of it too. No, I'm not getting all the Korok seeds, by the way, for anybody's curious. Korok seed 100% not happening. 2018, then maybe it's been 37 months and some change. Wild as it is to imagine, man. It was a simpler time. Drop down this way, and I suspect, yeah, if I just keep going to the right, we'll find another cool thing to explore. I got the card for the electric skeleton yet, which is kind of surprising. Ouch. Ouch. Got all the shrines. It takes a while. It's definitely possible, obviously. But yeah, I recognize it's a grind, but it's a worthwhile grind because the game's so freaking good, man. Game holds up after all these years, and of course, like all of us, I am curious to see what awaits. What awaits us with Tears of the Kingdom. With Tetris music, which is to say every song in every soundtrack. Oh, Gasso, I agree. Tetris music abounds, my friends. Alright, so we have one pathway we can't reach through because we need to be small. Gotta be a small fella. I am a small fella in real life, but our fella here is too tall of a glass of water. So let's do this. I'm gonna go ahead and save right here. We are gonna adjourn for the evening, but thank you again to Mr. Kratoffy for the raid, for hanging out with us, bud. And for the resub, too, for that matter. You're too damn good to me, dude. Next time we play this, which will be on Monday of next week, by the way. Next time we play this, we'll continue exploring a few more areas with this cool rock jump that we have now. Rock wing, rather. There, so far as I can tell, I think is really just one other area that we've yet to explore fully. There's, of course, the next guaranteed intended area, which is either the observation tower or the battle arena. Battle arena we kind of stumbled upon by accident. It's directly above us as the crow flies. I'm kind of curious about the observation tower. I might do that first. But as far as like new areas to explore. But yeah, on the bottom left part of the map, there's one area we can explore more, as well as the middle column. So we got 2 little optional paths and then 2 brand new areas to explore. We'll do that next time.